Ever feel like when it comes to careers, people just throw a million different things at you? Like you don't even know where to start.
Yeah, it's information overload out there. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's an expert. Who do you even listen to?
Right. It's like you need a deep dive just to figure out the deep dive, you know?
Exactly.
But luckily, that's what we're here for.
That's right.
Today, we're tackling ticket sales agent as a career path.
And we're doing it with some really cool help from RoleCatcher.
So that means we're not just giving you the usual generic advice.
No, no, we're going deeper.
Deeper with their insights and these AI tools they've got. Fascinating stuff.
It's about giving you an edge in this crazy job market.
Okay, so ticket sales agent, I'll be honest, I'm picturing like busy airport counters, long lines.
That's the stereotype.
But RoleCatcher's guide, way more to it. Concerts, festivals, sporting events.
Variety is the spice of life, right?
Seriously, imagine you're handing someone a ticket, and it's not just a piece of paper. It's their dream vacation, front row at a concert.
People are making memories. That's cool.
It is cool, but they're clear it's not all fun and games. Active listening, they say. That's key.
Makes sense. Can't just be order takers, got to be problem solvers. Right?
Totally. Matching people with experiences, that takes skill.
And those core abilities they list, like 77% of the job is customer and personal service skills. That's huge.
It is. And RoleCatcher doesn't sugarcoat it either. Flexible hours sounds great.
Oh.
But peak seasons, intense.
Yeah, there's a trade-off. But, and this is crucial, this industry, booming. Travel, tourism, it's exploding.
More demand, though, right? More competition.
Exactly. And that's where knowing how to stand out, that's where RoleCatcher's AI tools, that's a game changer.
Okay, so we're not talking about, like, cheating or anything.
No, no, no. It's not about that at all. It's more like, they say speak the language. It's about understanding how to present yourself, your skills, in a way that really clicks.
Clicks with who, though? The hiring manager? Her.
Both. That's the thing. Humans, yeah. But also algorithms. Because let's face it, a lot of these applications, they're getting filtered through AI before any person sees them.
True. Okay, so walk me through this then. How does this AI, like, actually work without getting too techie on me?
Basically, imagine it like this. RoleCatcher's AI looks at, like, tons of data.
Yeah.
Job descriptions, resumes that worked, interview transcripts.
The good stuff, the success stories.
Exactly. And it figures out what are the patterns, the keywords, even like the subtle things in how people say things to get results.
So it's not just about cramming keywords into my resume anymore.
Nope. It's about strategy. This AI, it's like having a cheat sheet for the system, but in a good way. It helps you understand what works, why it works.
So you can actually learn from it.
Exactly. And then apply those lessons to your own situation, your own unique skills.
Okay, that makes sense. But I gotta ask, is this AI thing like super complicated to use? Because I'm not exactly a tech whiz over here.
And you don't have to be. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher's made it super user-friendly. Even if you're like, I can barely turn on my computer, you can handle this.
That's reassuring, honestly, because this stuff can feel intimidating, you know? But okay, so we've talked about the AI side, which is super cool, but let's zoom back in on the actual ticket sales agent role for a sec. RoleCatcher gives us a taste of the excitement, the energy, but what about the day-to-day? Paint me a picture.
Well, that's just it. There isn't really a typical day, and I think that's part of the appeal, right?
Keeps you on your toes.
Totally. One day you're all about ticket inquiries, processing purchases, smooth sailing. The next, you're dealing with cancellations, refunds, maybe someone trying to rebook a whole itinerary because they missed their flight.
Oh, that sounds stressful. So you need to be adaptable, for sure.
For sure. Resourceful, too.
Yeah.
Because every customer is different. Every situation is unique.
What about those, difficult customer situations? You're going to get those in any customer-facing role, but especially.
Oh, absolutely. RoleCatcher stresses that. Big time. Strong interpersonal skills, they say. Crucial for navigating those choppy waters.
Choppy is right. Dealing with frustrated travelers, people who are stressed, missed connections, lost luggage.
It's not just knowing the ticketing system inside and out. It's about staying calm when things get chaotic, thinking on your feet.
That's a skill in itself, honestly.
It is. It's like, how do you take a potentially bad situation and not just de-escalate, but maybe even turn it around?
Make someone's day, even when it seems impossible.
Exactly. And that, I think, is where you get that sense of reward, of making a difference, even if it's challenging. It's not just transactional,
You're not just handing over a boarding pass, you're handing over a solution.
There you go. And sometimes a little bit of hope, too. But, hey, it's not all sunshine and roses. RoleCatcher, They're honest about the physical demands, too.
Yeah, what's that about? Long hours, I'm guessing?
Long hours can be part of it, especially during peak seasons, holidays, you know how it is. But it's more so the on your feet a lot aspect.
Yeah. Especially if you're working like an event venue, right? Concerts, festivals.
Right, or even just a busy ticket office. Comfortable shoes are your best friend.
Noted. But environment-wise, is it all bright lights, buzzing energy like I picture?
It can be, especially those peak times, big events.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is electric. But a lot of the time, it's more of your typical office setting. Think travel agency, airline office.
Okay, so a mix of both worlds,
Yeah.
which makes sense. But what about, with everything going online these days, I feel like even booking travel, it's all apps and websites now.
You're right, and RoleCatcher emphasizes that.
Yeah.
The rise of remote work, even in this field. So being tech savvy isn't just a bonus, it's becoming essential.
To stay competitive, yeah.
Exactly. They talk about mobile apps, chat bots, even virtual assistants, changing how ticket sales happen.
So it's not just about knowing the old school stuff. Gotta keep up with the times.
100%. Because customers, especially younger ones, they expect it. They want that seamless online experience.
Makes you wonder, like 10 years from now, what will this role even look like?
Right. It's constantly evolving. But that's part of what makes it interesting, right? Always something new to learn.
It's not a dead-end job, that's for sure. But speaking of the future, what about career progression? Like, once you start as a ticket sales agent, where do you go from there? RoleCatcher mentions like different career stages within this, but what does that actually look like in the real world?
Well, that's where their insights into the whole industry, those trends, that's where it gets really interesting. Because they're not just saying, oh, you could become a senior ticket sales agent. They're explaining how that role itself is changing.
Because the whole industry is changing.
Right. Like travel's becoming so much more personalized, tech-driven.
Yeah.
So those who can, ride that wave, they're the ones who will be in demand.
So it's almost like it's not even enough to just climb the ladder. You got to make sure you're climbing the right ladder, heading in the right direction.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciate about RoleCatcher. They help you connect those dots, your own career goals, but within the context of this whole big picture. It's like they're giving you the roadmap, not just the next turn.
I like that. See, now that's helpful. It's not just about finding any job. It's about finding the path that, it actually excites you, where you want to go long term.
Exactly. And they don't just leave you hanging with that information either. They actually give you the tools to do something about it.
Yeah.
Their platform, it's got resume templates, cover letter help, even interview practice stuff.
So it's like having a whole career coaching team, but all in one place.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground here, from like the nitty-gritty of what a ticket sales agent actually does day to day to the bigger trends shaping the whole future of this industry.
And at RoleCatcher, they're kind of shaking things up. It's not your grandma's career advice. It's personalized. It's data-driven.
They're not afraid of a little AI, that's for sure.
Embrace the future.
Exactly. So for anyone listening who's maybe feeling a little lost career-wise, intrigued by this ticket sales agent path, what's your one big takeaway for them?
Honestly, just check it out. Go to RoleCatcher, poke around, see what grabs you. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just start exploring. You might be surprised what you find.
I love that. Exploration, that's what it's all about. This has been a fantastic deep dive. I'll admit, I had my preconceived notions about what this role was, but clearly there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. And with tools like RoleCatcher out there, it's exciting to think, how much easier they're making it to navigate these paths and actually find a career that fits.
Couldn't agree more. It's been a pleasure diving deep with you.
Likewise. And to our listeners, thanks for joining us on this journey. We'll keep digging into these career paths, so until next time, keep exploring and most importantly, keep learning.